Okay, hi there. This is Sharon with RAOA Mail. Gonna see how this will do. Let's turn the light on. Not really sure what I'm gonna make today, but I have just an idea. So how are you doing today? Alright, so I have so many crafts, just like many of us do, right? And I thought, well, I'll make a few things with what I already have rather than me going out and buying a lot of stuff. Let's see. So I was thinking butterflies today, and I'm also thinking maybe something fall. So do you like to save like scraps of things and then see what you can make with it? I do. And then I just don't take enough time to make the things that I've got in my mind. So let's see what color we might want to do. I'm thinking maybe this one. I've been seeing so many great ideas online. Is that where you get your crafting ideas too, is going online? Usually it's more ideas than I could ever do, to be honest. So I'm just cutting this. It was about a 4x4, something like that size. And I'm actually just going to cut it into about 6 pieces because we don't really need a lot of space for what we're going to be working on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just need to make sure that I've got 5 of each and we're good. And when it's 6, it's just bonus. I could put something else on it, something entirely different maybe. But let's at least make sure that we've got the 5. And these I just thought were adorable. They're already pre-made, so that just makes it so much more fun for me to already have them made up. I think these are cute, but I'm not really sure if I've got something in mind for them right now. Just little circles and things like that. So I might come back to those. All right. So I was saying at least 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so this is just the ribbon beads. And I'm just cutting them up just so I can give a little bit of shine, a little sparkle. Like I said, I don't have anything specific in mind yet. I'm just going to kind of work with it. That was an extra butterfly that I had. I don't know. Maybe I'll use that with my 6th piece. Yeah, maybe so. So let me get another one out just in case. Just in case that's what I decide to do. What about you? When you're making something in your craft area, are you trying to kind of bulk make, or are you preferring to make one-offs? I do both. So sometimes I prefer, see, I found these, aren't they adorable? So sometimes I prefer to do just one thing for one specific person. And then other times I find that I prefer to kind of just bulk. Like even when I'm coloring, it's according to what I'm doing. Oh, like so we used to go camping. Our RV is not working right now. It's not been working for a little while, so unfortunately. Okay, so but we used to go camping, and I tell you, a lot of times, honestly, I would just kind of bulk color. And sometimes I do it at home too, but meaning I might work on 3 or 4. A good example would be these little cards that I buy. They're like the size of a postcard, and I might work on 8 or 10 or 15 at a time. So what I will do is get one color, and I will do that color wherever I feel like it should be on all of the ones that I have set out. And then, so I have cards right now that have about 10, 15 colors on them. And they're not done. Because if you've ever colored before, I started doing this years ago. If you've ever colored before, you'll notice that it's not just like the crayon, the small crayon box of like 8 colors. No. No, it's more like the big box. Like if you were using crayons. Like I typically don't do crayons. I typically do markers. Occasionally I'll do the coloring pencils, and occasionally crayons, but that's just not what I typically do. Now this is just like, the streamer paper that you can use for birthdays or parties of some sort. I have yellow and some purple, and I thought, well, let me see if I can use it for this. We'll see. All right, so I'm not going to attach anything just yet. I'm just going to kind of see what it looks like, if it's got the way that I want it to be. All right. And I'm going to possibly do something with that ribbon. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, wow. That one is so big, it does not even make sense. I'm just going to set that one aside. And honestly, I think I've just eliminated 2 of my butterflies. Honestly. Okay, let's see if I have another butterfly to do there. I'm going to set these 2 aside for now and just continue with this, because I don't want this to allow myself to back up, and not think it through. All right, so I've got this cotton, and I just thought it was cute. Okay, so what I was talking about with the coloring, let me go back to that. So if you've colored before, you'll notice that it may be 50 colors that you put on one thing. 50. Like, no joke. So I learned to keep a separate bag so that when I am coloring, once I've colored, I'll put that marker in the used bag. And then I've got my whole bag of unused. That way I don't redo the same colors, and it works out well for me. Is there a certain way that you like to separate it when you're coloring? Or do you not even like to color? Like it's not your thing? For me, it helps me focus. It helps me to, I can color and focus a lot better than if I were just trying to focus without doing something with my hands. I don't know why. That just seems to be the way that I'm built. I wonder with these if maybe I even put it on the string, and attach it that way. Let's see. That might be something that would be cute. I don't know. What do you think? Should I put it on the string? On the ribbon? I kind of like it on the ribbon. Of course, this is not exactly the way that I would do it. I'm just kind of playing with it and seeing what we come up with. So when I'm coloring then, I will have maybe 50, 60 markers in the used by the time that I'm done. It takes that many for me to be able to get the colors that I want. So let me see if I've got anything that's colored that's sitting here that I can kind of show you. I'm sure that I do because I am a colorer. Okay, so like for example, this. Do you see there's just so many colors in it? I like to use the shimmer so that it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. So I generally would buy those markers separate so I can have a few that shimmer. And for example, here's another one. So if I were working on these two at the same time, which actually I might have because I see some of the colors are the same, I would do all the yellow here, all the yellow here, all the pink here, and then the bright pink and the bright pink. You see, and I would just go back and forth, and I would do it in both before I would put the marker over in the used bag. So what about you? How do you do that if you do color? Okay, so I don't know. I kind of like that butterfly. I actually might look and see if I have more of those because that one is super cute. And I like it with its shimmer, with this shine as well. Okay, so I did not bring the hot glue gun over here, so we're just going to work with this and see what we come up with. How about that? And I don't care if it gets glue on me or whatever, that's perfectly fine. Let's see. I think this separate. This one here maybe. Let me get something to poke that down with. This actually will work perfect because this is a paintbrush that the end came off. So that will work perfect. Like that. Let's just put that just barely under the edge there. And should I even add this? I feel like that's too much. I think I like it like that. And I can always add this later if I want to. So maybe, who knows? Maybe I don't even use that. So when you're being creative, are you doing the same where you think it's going to be one way and then you start working on it and you're like, no, I don't really like that. That's not the way that I want to do it. Do you do that? I definitely do. Even with my coloring, I do that. Put it upside down. Okay, so I'm going to just put this kind of up to the side. Would you use that in a junk journal? Would you use that as maybe even a magnet? Or maybe to go on a card? Let me know if that's something that you would like. Or if that's something that you already do. I realize now I did not do this on that first piece. I'm going to have to go back, and otherwise when I pick it up it's going to all come apart. All right. Well, that's just sticking, so it really doesn't even matter. It can just stay. Just got to make sure I put some glue under it. I'm wondering how this is going to do with not having a glue gun. So we'll see. I'll give it a chance to dry and see how it does. Do you use different kinds of glues when you are crafting? These days it's gotten to where we can have so many awesome tools that we kind of forget about the ones that we used to use all the time, like this glue here. I used to use this one quite a lot. And then along came bigger and better, right? So I started using other things. So yeah, I think I actually like it better without that. As much as I like those, I think it would not fit well with these. What do you think? I would love to know what you're thinking about it. So that's going to be it for now. Which one's your favorite? Do you have a favorite? You know what? Let me just go and do this right now, because when I picked it up, it sure did come apart, just like I knew it would, because I had not gone in there and put glue in between. Okay. So do you have a favorite? Do you like a certain color when you craft, or maybe when you're thinking of a specific person? When I think of butterflies, I always think of my friend that passed away a couple of years ago, Selena. She loved butterflies and she loved purple. So she would definitely have wanted that one right there. But do you think of a certain person that you're going to give it to? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't have anybody in mind. It just varies as to what I've got going on. Same with my coloring pages. But I can tell you that for the most part, my coloring pages, I give them away. So my mom was coloring a lot, but she can't really color so great anymore. Just her dexterity is not where she can do it so much. So now she prefers crafting, like I've showed you before, and I'll definitely have some of those so I can show you in one of my videos. But she prefers crafting, like with plastic canvas and the bigger needle. And so she's been doing that. And then I'm going to work on these one day, maybe next week. These will be little reindeer. You may have seen them before. They're going to have 3 pieces of puzzle. My mom painted all the puzzle pieces brown for me. And so it'll be 3 pieces of puzzle that are glued together. And there'll be a pom-pom nose, or maybe a like a little palm of some sort nose, and then a couple of little eyes, and then that'll be reindeer. And I'll put a magnet on the back so that it can go on your fridge for Christmas. All right, y'all, that's all for today, and I thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Remember to perform random acts of awesome and be the awesome that you want to see in the world. Bye-bye.